Grant Parks.
I'm Tae-Sa.
I'm Min Kang.
I'm Ryan Bang.
And then the poem that we're analyzing is The Sun's Rising, and it's written by Donne. And then brief summary of this poem is that the speaker wants the sun to leave the lovers alone, but sun keeps interrupting them in the morning, so he asks the sun to go away.
Our thesis is using shifts in tone, religious allusions, and an extended metaphor. John Donne conveys his belief that love is more powerful than anything, even the sun.
The first literary feature we will be looking at is the shift in the speaker's tone. The speaker begins out as stubborn in the first stanza. The key words that shows that he's stubborn are his line 5, saucy, pedantic, wretched, good child, and also in the last two lines of the first stanza, he shows that he's kind of stubborn to the sun, which is his extended metaphor, which we'll be later looking at. And also into the second stanza, into the last stanza, the tone becomes confident because he teaches or he talks to the sun, saying that his love is stronger than anything else, which ties back to the theme. And the way it affects the reader is that the entire tone of the entire poem affects the mood of the author or the reader. Specifically looking into the second stanza, when he begins to shift, he shows he's more confident. It's because he feels more powerful than the sun, which could be seen in line 13 when he says, "I could eclipse and cloud them with a wink," which shows that he could block out the sun completely when he just closes his eyes. And then into the last stanza, he's confident about his love because he believes that his love is powerful than anything else, which is stated in the first line of the last stanza. She's all stain and all princess. And yeah, everything is based around his love for his woman that he lies with.
So I'll be discussing about the personification and the metaphor used by the speaker. So the first stanza, so he used the personification on the sun which the disturbing. So, on the third line, the speaker says, "Through windows and through curtains, con us. Must to thee, motions, lovers, season rest." So it basically questions the sun. "You old fool, why are you disturbing our fun nights? So get out. So you're annoying." So the metaphor I'll be discussing will be in the first stanza, where I found that where the speaker says, "Call country ants to harvest office." Well, it means that the country ants are the metaphor for the farmers, the country farmers, where they need the sunlight to harvest their wheat and stuff. So he asks the sun, "Why are you disturbing us and not the farmers? We are far more better above than the farmers, so do not disturb us." And the second stanza metaphor I found is in the third stanza. The last line says, "This bed, the center is, this wall, this spear." So it says the bed is the center of the universe. The walls are surrounded are all the planets, and it's also considered the sun that all revolves around the bed. So it's saying that nothing matters in love, and and the bed itself overpowers the sun. So, and that is my personification and metaphor.
The third literary feature we'll be discussing are the religious allusions in this poem. Throughout the poem, the speaker talks down to the sun as if he's better than him, which can be seen as him speaking as God, because he loves the woman who could be seen as the earth, because God loves the earth. And he tells the sun that he could eclipse and cloud his rays with a wing, which is like a power that God has, because he's better than the sun. And in line 11, when he says, "Thy beam so reverent and strong, what shouldst thou think?" he could have used another word to replace reverend, such as like glorious or something like that, but it could be a reference to the religious type of reverend, like the person who preaches and like leads the prayer stuff, like a priest or whatever, you know.
In conclusion, the three literary features, the shift in tone, extended metaphor, and also the allusion, it affects the reader overall, helping the reader understand the theme even better, and also it helps understand the speaker's personality, and it's about the sun, and his opinion on the sun helps us understand his characteristics. The three features is also important because it helps bring out emphasizes the words, the negative and positive words that help understand the shift, especially, and also the overall of the speaker's tone, and in comparison, which is the extended metaphor, and also, and it's important to notice the theme because it helps understand the entire moral of the poem, which is love is greater than all things. Even anything that is powerful, such as the sun, which she made the comparison to. And it's a great poem overall.